Walk up. Walk up. Zaylan Trot. Come. 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 Come.
Yeah, that's a better game.
This is what our warm-ups have been like, is a little more just kind of playing around and all over the place. And if I do it on a longer rein, he seems to get in a comfortable place quicker, and then I can shorten it up.
Okay.
Come. Come. So this is more of what, come on, come up. Well, the 2 strides I had there.
That's more of what you've been getting?
More of what I've been getting and what I think I'm supposed to be after.
Yeah, those are good
He's a little up now. But now he's coming back down.
Yeah.
Am I on the right track with that?
You are. I just let them warm up just a little bit, and then I'll bring them in.
Okay. Yeah, he's not being as quick today to come in as he usually does. He'll usually just start reaching out, and then he'll really make a good connection. Come. And then I can start shortening his spring, and he'll stay there. Today you seemed a little more just irregular. It's not as consistent.
It's a new
Come,
place.
come.
That's why I always said I wanted to do my dressage at home and send the video to the show and just do the cross country when I got there.
That's the truth. Come, come. Rod up. All right. Just walk on. And trot. Come. Come. You need to go when I say go. Don't ignore me.
Better, better. There we go. It's still a little above the bit.
Yep.
Short your range just a little bit, maybe like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. There we go. Oh, there we go. Come, quick.
Come.
Ah, it's nicer trot. There we go. Up.
Come.
Okay, come on into the center. Okay, what I'm seeing is that he occasionally he's getting some very nice trots with some very nice animation. Okay, we'd like to see more of that, more consistent. Also, I'm seeing that he's above the bit a lot of the time, and we want to right. We want to get from here to here, being on it, instead of trying to push through it. Okay. And then I'd like to see the impulsion that you're getting staying a little bit more consistent.
How do I do that?
It's like when you first get your husband. You just have to nag a little bit more.
I feel like I'm nagging all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's because you've got the husband as well trained. You're going back. You have to go back to the beginning, and you need to nag. And then once they get it, you don't have to do it so much.
I have been nagging. That's been on the top of my list of things I'm working at.
Okay.
And he's a little poopier. He has been better.
Yeah, out here, when you got after him a little bit, he immediately came.
Yeah. At home, it's one big correction, and then I usually don't have to nag much anymore. Today, I'm really having to nag him.
Okay.
So it is getting better. It hasn't been this poor.
But remember, and we talk about this, it's always 3 things, and I say this over and over again. Compulsion, rhythm, and frame or contact. And as I say, I always say frame because it's the visual that I'm trying to, but it's really the contact in your hand. If things aren't going well, one of those 3 things or multiple of those things are not there.
So on these days when I bring him out, he's just not very forward. I need to focus on just getting the forward before I do anything else.
Right. They can't get self-carriage when they don't have impulsion.
Okay.
Right. So what I'd like you to do is get back to the exercise where we just do a circle at one end, and then the half circle teardrop out the other end. So that every time you go down this end, you're changing direction, and every time you're at this end, you're doing a big circle.
Okay.
But really concentrate, pushing forward, impulsion into your hand. Instead of bringing your hand back, pushing it into your hand.
Okay.
And what I look at is I try to get them into a frame, into a standard frame, into a working frame, and then I let them stretch and do my exercises of stretch, and then bring back from the stretch, which is the beginning of teaching them flexion.
Right.
then back, and then the collecting back to the working trot. Because in my opinion, the working trot is the easiest, most balanced gait for a horse to learn. Just my opinion. Others will tell you, you do it the walk and all that kind of stuff. I think the walk is harder to teach a horse to stay, keeping pulsing rhythm, balance, brain. I think it's a more complicated. The working trot's easier. So I always say, get a good, solid working trot, then stretch, and then bring it back. Stretch, and bring it back. And that's what I like about these circle exercises where I ask you to stretch on the outside, because you're getting that stretch down to the inside, and then back. And so you're teaching collection and bending all at the same time.
I've been using that at home in my warm-up. I like that.
Yeah.
It really seems to get them limber quickly.
Yeah. Let me just check this.
Sure.
I don't know the words, but I might just give it one more load.
Okay.
Which would mean that you'd have a little quicker release. Don't know the words of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walk. Walk.
Better transition.
We trot.
A little more frame, not bad. More impulsion. That's better. A little more. Just a little shorter range. Still a little above it.
Come.
That's better. Push. Look at your raising your hand. Okay, push. There you go.
Come.
That's better. There we go. How's that feel?
This feels more like his usual.
That's what we're looking for. Oh, push.
Yeah.
Keep sending them forward. Don't be afraid to tell him he's a good boy. Remember when you were training your husband, you had to do that too.
Come.
Above the bit again.
Yeah.
Okay, forward. Watch the rhythm. The impulsion's there, the rhythm is good.
No. Walk on. Go on. Trot. Easy now. Don't get all frazzled. Easy.
There we go.
Come.
That's a nice trot.
Good boy. Good boy.
A little more frame. That's better.
Good boy. Good. Come.
You gotta catch him before he slows down.
Come.
That's better. Soft hands, even though you're giving support. A little long. That's it. Push.
Come.
Same impulsion, just a little slower rhythm.
You got a turn, buddy.
That's it.
Oh, don't get sensitive what's going on over there. Come here.
Okay.
Good boy. Good.
Keep him in a frame. Keep sending him. See, when he starts to wiggle his ears, he's like, he's worrying what's supposed to happen. You need to tell him. He's very telling with his ears. When he's getting confused or unsure or going to come above the bit, he wiggles his ears first. That's it. Good. Push. Good boy, right?
Easy. You're all right. Come. Come. Good boy. Shut up.
They recover pretty well.
Come.
All right.
Shut up.
Bring him down to walk. Bring him in for a minute.
Walk up. Walk up. Good boy. Walk up. We're kicking along. Good boy. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up.
Huffing pretty good there. We'll just stop and talk for a little bit and give him a little bit of a breather. Good boy. Now, I have to say, when he's right and the animation that you're getting is the best I've ever seen from him.
Good.
But it's, for a short period of time. One of the things that I'm seeing is you're getting back into your habit of rotating your hands and doing this again. You really have to watch it, because when you change that, you're holding that outside range, which is not allowing him to get soft and come into a frame.
I have been watching that. I'm still doing it. Okay.
These are the habits that we have. We when we're concentrating, we fall back into them. So we just have to be extra. If things are going wrong, just take a quick look at your hands.
I'm catching myself doing it, so imagine how many times I'm not catching myself.
Yeah. But it's good. What I'd like to see is a more consistent frame. You've got some good impulsion. Your rhythm's a little quick today. Just slow that rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, right? But it still is the same impulsion that will get you the thing that you're looking for, and will also get you that animation.
Yeah, he feels a little quick to me, a little quick and a little tense today. Maybe because I'm just pushing him. more than we've been.
You're asking a more complicated question, than when we started out 3 lessons ago. We weren't getting anywhere near this kind of stuff.
We also started our first canners today or this week in hazards, and I think he's
Seen the cone
a little thinking that, yeah. He was taking like thinking canner over there a couple times. No excuse, just I think that's where that's coming from. So that's kind of new.
I think what I'm going to do is ride with you a little bit and just kind of watch your hands maybe a little bit more.
Sure, that always helps me.
Yeah.
I think he's frustrated with this bit because he can't curl his lip around and grab the shank or the reins like he's in the habit of.
I just did that, and he dropped it there.
Yeah.
Like this.
He has that habit of, I think when he would stand, they would let him grab the shank of the bit and eat the reins and stuff.
Yeah.
And he can't get him on this bit.
So what's important that he learns that curve change, soften as soon as he slides. That's very important. And it'll take a bit for him to get that. So that's very important with your hand. As soon as he comes, just soften the muscles in the hand so that curve change goes flat.
So you loosened it a link on this side?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
But what's the reward is that if he comes down, the curve chain comes off. But if you compensate for that by taking more pull, it defeats the purpose of what we're trying to get. He's like, whether I'm up or down, it's still
there. Do it today.
So how many times have you driven this week?
Since our last lesson, 4?
4 times? 4 times, yeah.
About an hour. 2 days we did just cones and hazards. And 3 days we did mostly dressage with the little cones.
I mean, the nice thing is when he comes into it, he loves to take the hook.
Good, he looks good from up here. I was surprised even on the longer range, he would just get so light and he would come around.
At this stage, you're going to have days that goes back and forth. You just need to make sure that the days become longer and longer.
I feel like it has.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Good.
How's Parker doing?
He's much better today. He was out this morning and back to his normal self. So
He's looking down so quick.
Yeah. I think it's going to our new group of kids. Great way to build your immunity, but not so good for the parents.
Oh, is he in a new school?
He's taking camp classes. He did the magic class last week. This week he's doing like international cuisine.
Oh, that's cool. Where's he going?
He's going to the Richmond Montessori camp.
Our son went to Cat's Cap.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of summers, and they did the same thing. Had a lot of different choices, huge number of choices.
Yeah.
All kinds of cool stuff like that. He did the international cuisine. Taught him table manners, and then he tried foods from all around different countries and all different.
Yeah, is this the son that went into culinary?
Yeah.
What does that was an influence?
I'd like to think so, but I think it's more that when you get starved as a kid, you kind of have control issues over food. I think that's it, but whatever, if he's happy with what he's doing. Good. You ready now, buddy? Zaylan, walk.
That's it.
Good boy.
You're not going to hold your hand stay soft, even though you've got contact. forward. Good boy. Just a little bit more right now. Not much. Walk on. That's it. Good boy. Walk up.
Been trying to find some different signals to go forward, walking, that aren't his old ones. So maybe I wouldn't get such a violent reaction or effort. He's kind of,
You know, if you use supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, if you do this over and over again, whatever it is, eventually just
walk up.
it's just, you know, you're overcoming what might have been there. That's what we learned.
Yeah. Kind of what I thought, if I'd started with something new and didn't let him be so upset, just get a smooth reaction, that maybe that would help. And we found a couple of things that help, but nothing that I can get really, that works consistently through all his cases.
Did Liz get her 6-inch bit?
Not yet.
Does she want one?
I think she's planning on ordering one. They weren't quite sure which bit they were going to end up with.
Okay.
So
She's going to get a straight out Mullen mount.
yeah, I think that's what's
6-inch. I have one I don't need.
okay.
If she's interested.
I think that's what they're using now. So
She may want to chop off one of the slots though.
okay.
But it does have 3 slots and she doesn't need that many. Or she can leave it, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah, we've chopped them off before.
Yeah, I have to. I went over and got David Mob on to do it for one like it. I don't get it hung on anything. Or not nearly as likely to.
It's definitely a better direction for bending. You have to work a lot for it and get a less better bend in the other direction. Yep. Walk up. Good boy.
Walk on.
Almost got him convinced that he doesn't have to slow down his feet. Walk up. Good boy.
Standing up forward.
Good boy.
Okay, whenever you're ready, develop a CRO2.
Go in for a rot.
Good. You like that?
Good. Okay, can we try it again? Okay. This is more of what I've been getting at home, like a half of a circle, a whole circle, in a nice consistent frame. Done? Come. Come.
It's harder to get after they slow down than just
Come. Pick it up. Come.
Don't let that one go.
Come.
See, that's better. You get more of them. But you were raising them.
Gotcha.
You didn't do that in the other direction.
I didn't do it in the other direction. Come. Come.
That's good. What? You were leaning.
I was. I caught myself leaning. Easy. Come. 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 Steady. Come. Come. Shut up. Steady. Good boy.
In the other way.
Come.
Ever see that?
Come. Come. Yeah. I'm keeping the outside rein too tight.
The outside of his body has to get longer. He needs room to do that. Later on, when he can do that, collector.
Shut up.
He can do it, but that's too early now.
Shut up.
Go all the way around the inside.
Come.
Get a good trot, good solid trot.
So what do I do with all this hopping around?
You want to work both reins and push them to it.
Okay.
Push them to the bit.
Come.
And it sounds like he has a little bit of confusion between, going faster and canter.
Yeah.
And that's a matter of keeping the difference between canter and trot. That's it.
Good boy.
Oh.
Trot. Trot. He's like, all right.
Yeah,
Trot up.
It's just
Trot up.
telling us he's a good boy that he's down and down.
That's the end of it. Trot. Shut up. Good boy. Come. And walk on.
So you're dealing, I think, a little bit with fitness as well as, But that was much better work. If you saw the bend, your difficult direction, as soon as you stopped on it and kept that inside rein steady, it changed immediately.
I need to give a little more on the outside rein.
Eventually they'll fill that outside rein and you can select and hold them in that. But at this stage, just need to give them a little bit of room.
I struggle on the, coming into the corners. Maybe it's just I don't have the balance of my reins right. But if I give him more, because I feel like he needs more outside rein also, and he just falls in. He goes to the inside. I really struggle with keeping him on the rail and going through the corner and not just kind of cutting over the corner. Oh, okay.
So if you're coming in, this is 10 meters out approximately as supposed to be. Yeah. Okay. So what you want to do is as you're coming in here, you want to give a pretty good, strong half-out. Something's happening. Up into this point, you should straight. If you start to anticipate a little bit, half-out more. You know, it's coming, I'm going to be asking you for something, I'm going to be asking you. Push him forward. After you give him half-out, push him forward. So that means he goes this way. Down. Then I want you to support the inside rein. Soften the outside rein, which will make him go this way. Stretch more outside that way. And that's when you'll get your land in the corner. But the key to the bend here is 10-15 meters out.
Yeah, and I struggle with keeping him on the rails to begin with. He really wants to be off of it. So as we're coming into a corner, I'm really concentrating on putting him there. And I think he's already concentrating on cutting the corner. And we just haven't quite gotten the balance right. But keeping the inside rein and just giving and taking on the outside rein seems to get me the best result.
Yeah. So what will happen is it will be until your balance is coming together, so when you have impulsion, rhythm, and frame, and he's on the bit, and he's working consistently, you won't get it consistently on the corner. So if he comes in straight and he's working, and you give him a half off, and then soften that outside rein, that's fine.
Oh, I've gotten a couple of really pretty ones, but it's really a struggle right now to get my reins exactly how much he needs on each one to keep it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it is because you're not able to go, you're not consistently going straight. And that's why I say you need the straight and the circles first, and then everything else will come together. And that's why I like the exercises on the circles, is because there's nothing to follow. You're really concentrating on the horse and to move forward and work in a frame.
I've also been doing a lot of serpentines.
Serpentines are more complicated questions and sometimes can be confusing, especially when you're trying to maintain. That's, something that I would do down. But deviations, like if you come off, like say 5 centimeters off the rail and then 5 centimeters back, that's
better at this point to do that.
because a serpentine is this, right? That's pretty complicated. Where a teardrop is giving you half of that. So if you can do half of that well, then you can go next to the serpentine or the figure eight. But those are just the next.
I was using it.
Okay, it's the next step, but the first thing is